Lunchly.
If a parent came into my doctor's office, I would not recommend that their child drink this for lunch.
Lunchly is one of those products where the more I think about it and look into it, the worse it seems.
Apparently the new Lunchly product from the biggest scumbags on YouTube, you know, the shit that just came out, well, there's already fucking mold in there.
What is Lunchly? Is it the most diabolical YouTube brand in history? Or is it worse? Stay tuned. Hello guys, welcome back to another video of the Peppy channel. A little while back, I made a video on the Mr. Beast Lunchly drama. And I got a little hate, you know, I'm not gonna complain, it comes with the job, you know? Someone said, be original or some shit like that. I gotta totally agree with you. My videos have not been original lately, but this time it's gonna change. Today we are gonna be talking about Lunchly. Okay, yeah, I know you guys hate that, but this is a little bit original because I am going to be interviewing a special someone from a special channel that owns another channel that actually goes over this stuff in detail. So if you wanna go check out Simply Drama, link in the description, and also his main channel, Laney and Ben, you also check that out. He has a whopping 180,000 subscribers. How about you get him up to 200,000? But just tell people, tell everyone, you know? Yeah, I'm gonna be interviewing him today. I have a few questions I wanna ask him. It's gonna be a non-biased interview, except as a non-biased, it means I'm not going to be biased. I want to know his opinion though. Excuse the haircut. Make sure you guys are staying tuned and let's get into the video. Hello,
how's it going?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Yeah, not too bad. Give me 1 second. I'll just make sure it's on my good microphone, good camera, sorry, so you can get a better recording. Never used Discord to call someone. Crazy.
Yeah.
How are you doing there? You okay?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Good.
So, for the audience, why don't you introduce yourself just so they know what they're getting themselves into?
So, I'm Ben. I'm a YouTuber who, well, I run multiple channels, but the one that I think is relevant for this is one called Simply Drama. Just talking about, you know, internet drama, because there's a lot of it. So, and it never ends. There's always mistakes happening and, you know, dodgy things going on, especially recently. So, yeah.
There's a lot of stuff that has happened before GTA 6 this year, it seems like.
Yeah. A lot of things that weren't on my bingo card, for sure.
Yeah.
But here we are, so
I have a few questions. This is going to be non-biased on my part.
Okay.
I think if people who see my videos already know my opinion on this whole thing, but I just want to hear your opinion.
Okay.
So the flashcards got all mixed up. Okay. So we'll just do a recap of the whole situation. So Mr. Beast, as you know, he's gotten a lot of controversy lately with the Ava Chris Tyson situation and the grooming and the Amazon Prime show and the sets or whatever. So I wanted to ask the first question. What is your view on this whole situation with like Lunchly, Mr. Beast, KSI, Logan Paul?
To me, I agree with, like, you know, Dan TDM with what he said. You know, I'm a big fan of KSI. I always have been, especially being from the UK. You know, he is the guy. Yeah. And I've always been a big fan of Mr. Beast until lately. Logan Paul, I thought he was like on a redemption. You know, like I thought this could have been one of the biggest YouTube redemption arcs, but then the whole crypto thing came in, and it was just, now he's just, the reputation to me is just completely destroyed. But, you know, when it comes to Lunchly, it does feel like a bit of a cash grab. You know, it does feel like it's like there was no need for it to happen. No one asked for it. There was no, you know, they promote it as this like better for you product, which has got less calories. But, you know, if you listen to the doctors, I don't know if you've been listening to many of them on YouTube that have talked about it, less calories just means that the kids will have to eat more to get the calorie intake that they need to sustain. So actually, like, instead of it being cheaper, you'll have to buy more Lunchly, if that makes sense. And also, there's the controversy with Prime allegedly having lead and, you know, the amount of electrolytes that it's got and all the caffeine and the energy drink specifically. You know, it's crazy. And I just don't think I don't think anyone asked for it.
Yeah. And I know they bring up a lot of stuff on Dan TDM like 9 years ago about like his whole candy thing. It was just
I mean, when I saw that, I mean, the internet cooked KSI for that because, you know, he tried to like say that Dan TDM was a sellout because he created toys, but KSI did the same thing through the same brand. They tried to say that he was a sellout because of that food thing that he did, which was a one-time paid partnership as opposed to a business being the head of a business. You know, like KSI, he didn't respond well to it.
Yeah. So you mentioned doctors on YouTube talking about it. For example, I know I saw Dr. Mike talk about it.
Yeah.
So do you think Lunchly has a big impact on children's health compared to like other foods? Like, do you think this is supposed to be healthy for kids, or do you think this will make kids extremely unhealthy?
Well, so I'm not a doctor, so I can't say for certain, but from, you know, like, I used to be a PE teacher, so I spent a lot of time in schools around like the kids. In the UK, I think it's very different to the States, because the food provided in schools in the UK is like, it has to be a specific way, it has to have a certain amount of like, you know, it can't be unhealthy foods, it has to be quite healthy. But I can understand the idea of it being like, you know, an easy to pick off the shelf to like, if you're running late or something, it might be a better alternative. But would I give it to my child? No. If it was like the only thing left in the supermarket and I had to get them to school, you know, maybe. But I don't know. I just wouldn't feel comfortable sending my kid in with a bottle of Prime. I feel like that's just one hell of a stigma there. So yeah. I wouldn't be using it.
So I would like your opinion on like, what is your stance on like YouTuber food products in general, not specifically Lunchly, but do you think it is a little bit of a cash grab, or do you think YouTubers genuinely want to help kids in their health and stuff?
It's hard because it depends on who's promoting the product, right? So, you know, I'm all for YouTubers branching out and doing other things, you know, like YouTube, using it as a stepping stone to kind of create businesses and companies and products. Fantastic, right? More power to them. But you've got to look at I will use Lunchly. I know you've said like other than just Lunchly, but, you know, I will use Lunchly. Logan Paul, not got the best track record with, you know, trying to help his audience, let's say. KSI, you know, a little bit better, but again, not exactly the greatest reputation when it comes to that kind of thing. Mr. Beast, of course, is known for being a charitable person. Is it the best product? I feel like Mr. Beast was brought into Lunchly to kind of repair the reputation of Logan Paul, in my opinion, because, you know, even if on YouTube he's still got a bad reputation to like the greater outside world, his reputation can be repaired by Mr. Beast. And also, you know, do I feel like this is made with kids in mind? No. I think it's probably made with, you know, dollar signs in mind, because they're raking the money in. They're raking it in.
Yeah. So, I would like to talk about, the whole allegations of Mr. Beast. And,
Okay.
Do you think Mr. Beast could have handled allegations differently than he did?
Absolutely. 100% he could have handled that better. The fact that it took so long for him to respond in the first place was, to me, like quite a telltale sign that he knew that something was going on, but he just didn't want to address it. If it were me, for example, and my company, as big as Mr. Beast, was being accused of having someone involved who was so heavily involved, like Ava Chris Tyson, of being like, you know, a groomer or, you know, into like children, essentially, I would be like, if I knew it was false and I could prove it, I'd be squashing it straight away. Whereas he took a while. It was a very corporate statement he put up on Twitter. He then obviously let Ava Chris Tyson go, which he wouldn't have done if there wasn't substance to the allegations. And then after that, obviously, 3 months later, he's released the findings of the independent investigation. He's and that was just fishy as well, you know, like, because it was like marking your own homework. It was like, oh, I found no bad dealings in my company, you know, like, of course you're gonna say that.
So I saw on one of your videos on Simply Drama, you said something about Rosanna Pansino and Dogpack, and that they lied, and I noticed on the more recent videos you kind of like switched that kind of view. So like, what made you switch?
So for me, it's like I try to be unbiased in my videos and just like report what's the facts, like what people are talking about at that time. So there obviously was a big stigma going around about, you know, you've got to look at the people that were like saying that Lunchley had mold in it. Rosanna Pansino, who's been bashing Mr. Beast for months now, for Beast Games over on Amazon Prime. Dogpack 404, obviously he speaks for himself. His only videos are to, you know, expose Mr. Beast. And then Jake Weddle as well, who also was part of kind of the Dogpack thing and has come bad blood with Mr. Beast. So on the surface, of course, people are like, it could look like they've potentially like manipulated this in such a way, but then obviously Rosanna Pansino released the unedited version of her opening up Lunchley. You can see her opening up the box, tearing off the packaging, and then discovering the mold. And then everyone was like, yeah, she's not lying. Like, this is actually serious and this is really bad. And then also other people started sending in photos to Rosanna of them finding mold in their Lunchley packaging, which is just insane.
Yeah.
Insane.
And what made it worse is Logan Paul on a podcast decided to make fun of that and start laughing about the mold as if it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, and then and that's something that's really like boiled my blood a little bit, because it's like, this is a product that they're claiming is better for kids. They're marketing this as a product for children, better for kids. Parents need to trust it. And instead of, you know, facing the allegations head on and being like, look, there's a production issue, or, you know, there are multiple things that like could be wrong. It's early days for it. There's teething problems. People expect and trust that, and, you know, that's fine. But instead, they sit on a podcast together, and then Logan Paul's like, I like my cheese moldy, bruh. And he's just like, no, that's not the way to go about it.
Yeah. So, like, I know Rosanna Pansino made she said allegedly Mr. Beast 2 years ago faulted with the scoreboard or whatever, and no one seemed to trust her. But I feel like nowadays, like now, people trust her even more because of what's come out of all this proof and stuff, and like Dogpack or whatever.
Yeah. Well, I remember when Rosanna first came out with the Beast Games allegations, right? Not many people believed her, from what I remember, like kind of around the internet, because everyone was just like, you're still bitter that, you know, this allegedly happened and, you know, the scoreboards were changed or whatever. But then she started providing proof. Then bigger journalists like, the Rolling Stones and stuff like this started reporting on it as well. The New York Times also jumped on it, who are, you know, a bit like, they're quite respectable journalists and outlets. And, you know, people are like, oh, she's actually telling the truth. And now anything that she says, people are backing, and, you know, she seems to be on the front foot of trying to expose any wrongdoings by the KSI, Logan Paul, and Mr. Beast trio.
I just wanted to end off this interview. It's been an honor talking to you, especially how big of a YouTuber you are compared to like me, obviously. I just want to say thank you so much. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you. Honestly, it's when you reached out, I was like, absolutely, let's do it. I love chatting with people. I love getting involved with conversations like this, and I feel like it's an important topic to talk about, you know. And you know, like I've watched your content as well. It's really good, you know, and I definitely think, you know, just keep at it, and we'll, you know, before you know it, it'll blow up. So it's gonna be good.
I just wanted to say goodbye, and subscribe to his channel. I'm gonna put both of two of his channels in the description that I know. One is Laney and Ben. He talks about like UFO sightings and stuff. And then Simply Drama.
That's it. And subscribe to this video as well, and drop a like, because, you know, a lot of effort's gone into this and the truth has been exposed.
Yes.
So make sure to subscribe.
Yes. So there you have it. Very original video. Totally original. It was really fun. I did enjoy talking to him person to person. We talked about a lot of important subjects on the internet. That being said, let's go to today's sponsor. Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. I see you're looking at me playing with my new crochet stingray on Kiley'sCoolCreations. And I'm wearing my two brand new hats on Kiley'sCoolCreations. If you want something so warm, so comfortable for the winter, you should go to my girlfriend's Etsy shop, Kiley'sCoolCreations, link in the description. You can get your very own cardigan, hats, scarves, flowers, pretty much anything in this cute little stingray. We also have frogs. So if you want to get your own little winter scarf, jacket, cardigan, go to the Etsy shop, link in the description, Kylie's Cool Creations. That is Kylie's Cool Creations on Etsy, link in the description. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe, leave a like, and leave some nice comments below. And also subscribe to Lainey and Ben and Simply Drama. The links will be in the description. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys are staying tuned. Goodbye.